Clubbers, and welcome back to our 25 Days of Disney. We are on day 24, so Merry Christmas Eve, everybody! Yay!
Ho, ho, ho!
Yay! And so it's just today and tomorrow, and then we're going to all be done. But make sure you guys can go back to our playlist and rewatch all of them all over again.
Especially since the holidays will be, mostly over. We still have New Year's Eve to worry about, but a little bit of relaxation time in between.
Yes. So today we are going to be talking about Nightmare Before Christmas. We've got the expert right here.
One of my all-time faves. I mean, if you couldn't tell. So, some fun facts about Nightmare Before Christmas. This was released in 1993. Now, this was not only produced, but this was conceived by Tim Burton. He actually started this out as a poem.
That's interesting.
I want to go back and read up on that, but I want to read this poem. But he wrote that poem in 1982. And he did that while he was working as an animator for Disney. So he's a pretty talented guy if you haven't seen his other films, of course.
And he was also trained by one of the 9 Old Men, which we also did a video on.
Yes, which is part of why he's so good. Other than he's just a creative mind. And Danny Elfman provided the singing voice for Jack Skellington, but he also wrote and composed all the music for this movie. So, and he only provided the singing voice because he didn't feel he should be the talking voice of Jack. He didn't want that much. He was already doing so much, for this movie. But he is a wonderful singer. Even this was just awesome. And there was actually recently they did a live performance of Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, really?
Yes, with the whole orchestral. They had the movie playing, but they had the actors out on stage doing the singing bits. Which I thought was really cool. And now Disney released this movie through Touchstone Studios instead of their normal animation studio, their normal Disney banner, because they thought it was a little too dark and scary for kids.
I could see that, and I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't watch it when I was little. Is that to me it just seemed kind of like a little bit creepy the way they did some of the figures.
Right. It was that's Tim Burton's style. Is that he is a little bit of a dark mind. As we know with the story, we start off in Halloween Town with the nice song "This Is Halloween," and we meet a lot of the townsfolk, all the monsters. They're celebrating their annual Halloween celebration, and then we learn, after the celebration, Jack is bored. He's tired. It's the same old thing year after year. And he goes off into the woods to try to clear his mind. He finds the forest with the doors of multiple decorations on them. He happens to get intrigued by the Christmas one, opens it up, gets sucked in, winds up in Christmas Town. What's this? With the snow and the lights and the happiness. Not used to that. Brings the ideas home, wants to try to take over Christmas. Oogie Boogie's henchmen to go and kidnap the Santa Claus. And, of course, after they kidnap the Easter Bunny by mistake, they get Santa Claus, send him to Oogie Boogie.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Alright.
You said you talked about the Easter Bunny part.
Yeah, they accidentally got the Easter Bunny by mistake. And they go and actually get Santa Claus, and they send him to Oogie Boogie like they weren't supposed to do. During that, Sally's got this, we meet Sally, at the beginning, but we meet, Sally's got a little bit more to do here, where she knows Jack's in the wrong, that something's not right. And she's trying to dissuade Jack from doing all this. And she actually goes and tries to save Santa, but she gets caught herself. Jack gets blown down while delivering the presents to the kids. Gets blown out of the sky. They think he's dead. And then he actually turns up to save, but he's not, of course. But he goes back to Halloween Town, gets to Oogie Boogie, saves the day. Everything's fine. Santa's like, don't take over someone else's holiday. Back off. But he sends Snow their way as a gift, mainly to Sally. And so overall, happy ending. That was just a quick synopsis. I personally love this movie, especially it's good for both Halloween and Christmas. Two of my favorite times of the year. In 2001, Disney considered, wanted to do a sequel of this, and Tim Burton's like, no sequels. We're gonna keep it as it is, because they also wanted to do it in the similar format, like with the computer animation, like Toy Story,
okay.
instead of the classic stop animation of what it was. And he's like, no, which I'm really like, it was gonna be like something about Thanksgiving, and it's like, we don't need anything like that. So Tim Burton wanted to keep its purity, which is great. I'm glad he stuck up for his work. Now, there was a video game though that was released called Nightmare Before Christmas: Oogie's Revenge. Now that one is actually, that video game is thought of to be the sequel of the movie.
Okay, so they did it through the game.
They did it through the game, and Tim Burton had his input on the game as well. He was a creative consultant for the game, which is actually really cool. I'm actually really happy about that. But overall, this video, or this movie, brings back, is actually one that I'm one of 4 siblings, and we could actually all agree on to watch at like any time. So we were doing, I like this movie a lot. It brings back good memories.
And this movie is so popular that at Disneyland, for Halloween and Christmas, they will do a whole layover of Haunted Mansion, and they put this in the ride. So it's Nightmare Before Christmas, and so for Christmas and Halloween, the whole ride gets redone, and it's all Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's awesome.
And they also sell the popcorn buckets of Oogie Boogie that always sell out.
You can find, Nightmare Before Christmas themed merch anywhere. There's Monopoly, there's Yahtzee. Go to any Hot Topic, go to any, even Torrid, or, almost any retailer that sells Disney themed items, you will find Nightmare Before Christmas. There is no shortage of it whatsoever, which makes me really happy. Not gonna lie.
So is that?
Yeah, that's really it.
Okay.
And so we hope you enjoyed this movie as much as I do, and hope you learned some fun facts about it today. So that concludes our Christmas Eve on the 25 Days of Disney. So we hope to see you tomorrow for Christmas Day.
And there'll be the big finale.
I know. Remember, Stub Clubbers, remember to hit subscribe, like, and hit the bell for the notifications on this video. And don't forget to like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Remember, if you live in a state that has car registrations that expire on your birthday, get them renewed.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange?
Come with us and you will see this our town.